Welcome to the ZimmCast, a program dedicated to bringing you what's new in agricultural marketing. The ZimmCast is the official podcast of AgWired and hosted by Chuck and Cindy Zimmerman.
Hello and welcome to the ZimmCast. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. In this episode, I'm going to share a couple of interviews from the NAMA Agri-Marketing Conference. One's with Gardner Hatch, Executive Director, NAFB, and the other, Debbie Boyle, Vice President, Kynetic. They talk about a new NAFB listener survey. Then I have an interview with Melanie Rice, Brownfield Ag News, about becoming the new president of NAMA. Before I do this, I'm going to talk about a ZimmComm announcement that Cindy and I published last week. Basically, we are retiring from business travel starting at the end of 2025. Besides our 21 years with ZimmComm, we traveled a lot for many years before we started it. We founded the company in 2004 as the first social media-based agricultural communications company and pioneered event blogging for farm and biofuels conferences, capturing the sights and sounds in photos and interviews. Nearly 225,000 photos and countless interviews and miles later, we've just decided it's time to hang up our traveling bags and spend more time at home. A lot of people look to retire to travel the world. We've been blessed to see all the places we ever wanted and more. We do plan to continue our AgNewsWire news release service, as well as agwire.com, energy.agwire.com, and our podcasting and other audio production services. We're just going to give up the travel portion of our work. So let's get back to podcasting. I'll start out with the NAFB survey and then words from our new NAMA president. At the 2025 Agri-Marketing Conference, I'm here at the NAFB, National Association of Farm Broadcasting booth, and I have with me Gardner Hatch and Debbie Boyle. I'm going to let you first introduce yourselves by telling us what you do. And start with you, Gardner.
All right. Thanks, Chuck. I'm Gardner Hatch. I'm the Executive Director of the National Association of Farm Broadcasting, NAFB, and we're the 800-member-strong organization, professional organization that represents farm broadcasters and also allied industry and also the sales and marketing professionals who work in agriculture.
How about you?
Thanks, Chuck. I'm Debbie Boyle, and I'm with Kynetic. I'm at work on the agriculture team here in North America. We are a global research company, so we do market research in both the ag and animal health businesses, both providing market research, market data, and customer insights as needed for our clients.
And one of those is NAFB. So you just had an announcement put out yesterday about a research study, and maybe, Gardner, you could talk about what it is that you wanted Kynetic to do and what was your kind of the goal for that.
Yeah. Well, we've done for the past 10 years biannual research. Every couple of years we want to take a look at listenership of farm radio, where and why farmers and ranchers throughout the country, why they listen to farm radio, where they're listening, and some of the impacts of farm radio. This year we wanted to take it further than that. We wanted to really explore how farm radio, we wanted to validate some of the things that we've done in the past, but also take a look at where farm radio works in the media mix and kind of the outcomes of when a farmer and rancher listens to farm radio, kind of what they do after they hear something on farm radio. So that's really was the goal of this year's research.
Debbie, if you talk about the research that you've done here for NAFB, what was the target? What was the kind of thing you were trying to find out for them?
Sure. So we conducted our research via online interview, which is how we typically go out with our panel in North America. And we were looking for growers that met certain requirements, having a certain size. But we did go nationwide, so we covered all the way from California all the way up to the East Coast. And it was a sample size of 1,000, so a big, strong, sturdy sample size, so that we could take those results, and NAFB could take those results and really do a lot of good with them, make sure we had sound, sturdy data behind it.
So back to you, Gardner. What does this benefit for your members?
It benefits, one, in showing, we're doing the research for our the farm broadcasters, so it helps kind of guide them in some of the information that they're delivering every day to farmers and ranchers throughout the U.S., and also to validate, what we're doing with farm broadcasting to our advertisers as well, in their media planning. If an advertiser is looking to launch a product or promote their company. Where does farm radio fit in that media mix? And what we really learned is that it ranks very high when it comes to launching a new product or service. Farm radio is an important part of the media mix because of that trust factor, because it's reaching farmers in the moment where they are. It's highly mobile. But that trust factor, the trust that farmers have in their farm broadcasters, is very important. And that really makes farm broadcasting rise to the top.
So what form do you put that research into so that it can be used by the members and advertisers of NAFB?
Sure. It's put into, we typically will report in a PowerPoint kind of deck, which we passed on and then worked with Gardner and his team to fine-tune that to make sure that it was clearly and concisely easy to read for anyone. And then that document is then, I believe, posted on the NAFB website so that members can access that and pick some of those great numbers that we got out of the study this year from themselves as needed.
Anything else we didn't touch on, Gardner, we should?
No, I think it just, the research really validated, again, that trust factor. I think what's really new with this year's research is the outcomes, the importance that the farm broadcasting has in that overall media mix, and it does drive inquiry to the retailer. It's driving inquiry. It's prompting the listeners to go on a website and find out more, just as they do with other media as well. But farmers have a lot of resources in where they can go for information, where they can go for weather, where they can go for markets. It's all at their fingertips. But survey after survey, and particularly this one with Kynetic, is showing that that trust factor that they're ranking farm radio, listeners are ranking farm radio as their number one source. And we believe that's very, very powerful.
Well, I want to thank both of you for taking the time out here at the Agri-Marketing Conference. I'm Chuck Zimmerman. At the 2025 Agri-Marketing Conference, I'm visiting with our new president for NAMA, and that's Melanie Rice with Brownfield Ag News. And Melanie, how does it feel to get to that position?
It's a little surreal, honestly, Chuck. I was thinking about it earlier this week, and as I said in my president's speech, I remember sitting in the back of the room 20-ish years ago and looking up at the folks on stage and, really thinking to myself, how do I get involved in NAMA? And, I just learned by raising your hand and volunteering slowly over time with what you're comfortable with, you can get involved. And I did, and now I'm national president.
That's what we need in this organization because it is all volunteers like yourself. So tell me a little bit about, though, what your thoughts are going into a new year with NAMA. Anything you have as objectives, want to get accomplished?
Yeah, it's a really good question. As the executive team, we have talked quite a bit in the last year or two about how we just want to continue to gradually evolve the organization. We know that the membership looks a little different, and how do we get younger members actively involved? How do we keep older members involved as they get busy with things like kids and stuff at home? And so I really don't have one particular objective, but we as a committee, we definitely have a lot of little things we hope that in 5 years our members will look back and go, oh, that was a really nice gradual shift and change that helped shape the organization.
All right, so next year we're going to be in St. Louis. Looking ahead to that, and I understand that our fall conference has got a different name, too.
Yeah, our fall conference is now called NAMA Nexus. We really are looking for a more immersive workshop-style opportunity for people of all different ages within, or experience levels, actually, within their careers. Previously, Fall NAMA was sometimes coined as an older or a more experienced opportunity, but we now know that a lot of people have different needs, and so we really wanted to create something that would fit everybody through the entire NAMA organization, not just focus on one over another. So we're really excited about that. We're excited about going back to St. Louis. The hotels told us they've made a few changes and updates, so that's going to be exciting, and it's going to be a great year.
Well, it's great to see you and meet your family that's here with you. So congrats again, Melanie, for being the new president for the National Agri-Marketing Association. Here in Kansas City, I'm Chuck Zimmerman. So that's the ZimmCast for this week. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for listening.
You've been listening to the ZimmCast, the official podcast of AgWired. Check us out at www.agwired.com to find out what's new in agricultural marketing.